These two red wagons are both Era 6. They come from Roco and they are both made in Austria, and we're going to check them out today. I'll start off with the one at the top, which is a coil wagon. This is number 67725 in the DBAG livery. So let's get that open and we'll check it out first. So this is a second-hand purchase. I'll let you know how much I paid for these at the end of the video, but it does come with the instruction sheet where it's showing that you can add some extra parts onto this. This is a bit scrappy though. It looks as though it's just been torn out of a Jota or something, so that's not really good quality at all. We've also got this little bag of extra pieces in different colours that we can add onto this wagon. So I'll put these aside for now, but you can see that these are still sealed from the factory. So I was quite keen to pick up one of these wagons because recently I put together a kit from Eve Models and it was a coil wagon. I really enjoyed putting that kit together and it wasn't that expensive, and it was certainly cheaper than this wagon is when it was brand new, although it is cheaper as a second-hand model. This one looks in fantastic condition. In fact, it looks as though it could be brand new. If you look at this end of the wagon, we've got some bracing moulded into the main piece of plastic, and we've got the buffers just pushed in. Underneath we've got NEM pockets with these couplings in it for the time being anyway, and we've got push fit bogies here. The bogies have got a nice amount of detail on them, but they do look a little bit plasticky. I think probably the Eve model had better bogies than this, but this one definitely has better wheels, which are all metal and they revolve really well. We've even got brakes in line with the treads, and they actually look really good. They're very close as well. And looking down the side of this wagon, obviously the tarpaulin is the main thing. It's got some great creases moulded into it here. It really looks very realistic. And we've got the printing on the panel here along with a silver piece which has been picked out there for the documents to go inside in real life. But you can see the printing here is just all absolutely fantastic, and there's a lot of it on this panel. We've also got some printing down here on the chassis with some parts picked out in different colours. And we've got these parts here with these lock rings or something, which are picked out in yellow as well, just like the real one. At this end we have TTU, and we have some more details as well printed on, which also look very good. You can see we've got some holes in the chassis here for extra parts from that bag to be put onto this model. There's no difference down this end of the wagon, and that's the same for the other side of the wagon, which is exactly the same. Underneath there's, just kind of like a basic arrangement of brake gear which has been moulded in here. It doesn't look that great really, and it does say Roco made in Austria underneath there. This model comes apart quite easily, as you can see, just a clip fit, and it exposes this part in the middle which looks as though it's made of metal, but I don't think it is. Is this carbon impregnated plastic or something? If this was all metal, this would be a very heavy wagon, but it's not. So I don't know why they've made this huge big piece here, but anyway, we'll put this on the scales in a little bit. But for now, let me put this aside and we'll check out the other wagon. So this one here is a sliding wall wagon. It's number 66435. And it's from the SBB CFF. It's got autos on the side of it. You can't fail to miss that, which is a supermarket chain in Switzerland. So let's get this out of the box and we'll check it out as well. So the instruction sheet with this one hasn't got a raggedy edge, and it's just really showing that you've got these two little wheels that you add onto the side of the wagon, so not much to add onto this. Well, there's no missing the logo on the side of this one, that's for sure. It's printed really well, it's very sharp, and it even goes over these ridges really well as well. They've done a very good job. If I tilt it like this, you can see that it's painted white on the edges there. So the printing on this is actually really good. You can see down here it's got a whole bunch of specifications of this wagon, which is all printed very clearly. And then if we look here as well, we've got another Autos logo and a little tiny logo down there as well. There's even some printing on the chassis in the black area. You can see it just here as well. So the printing on this is absolutely fantastic. And the colour of red is also really good. It's got a slight sheen to it, but it's not too bad. And there's certainly no moulding marks that I can see. At this end of the wagon, it has a bit more detail than the coil wagon, with some printing down here on these ribs, and of course these wheels with a little arrow printed onto the red. These are extra pieces, we saw that in the instruction sheet, and they look really characterful of this wagon. We've got the same buffers, just push fit into the body, and we have the coupling out the front here, different to the last one, but it is a NEM pocket and it does cantilever as well. And I might as well talk about this part here. So this wheel does actually move a little bit to help this wagon get around tight corners, because it does have quite a long wheelbase, and you can see it also guides with the coupling as well, so it's a neat little setup, that one. But returning back to the red area, it does have some really good definition of the ribs on the side of this wagon, and also the part on the top looks really good too. You can't really fault the printing or the finish of this wagon. We've even got a little step here at both corners of the wagon. But the chassis is pretty good as well. We've got this little piece here which got a bit of pliability to it, and we've also got another piece in here which I think is probably maybe the brake gear or something, a little tiny little piece of plastic in black. And also underneath it says much better than the coil wagon in that we've got the planking and the brake gear, which is very well defined in the moulding. Up here you can see made in Austria and Roco. And just looking at the wheels as well, they actually move a little bit because, like I said, they move back and forward, but they also seem to move up and down too. And we seem to have a split thing here where we've got some of the springs on the actual chassis and the axle boxes on this kind of floating piece, along with the brake gear, which is very much in line with the treads of the wheels. The wheels are made of metal and they revolve really well. It's just absolutely fantastic on this model. So overall, I think this is a really good looking model. It does feel a little bit plasticky and probably could benefit from a spray of matte varnish. But apart from that, it's a pretty superb looking thing. And also if you're into weathering, I think this and also the coil wagon would be good for weathering too. But let's put this on the scales and we'll check out what this weighs as well as the other wagon. So the sliding wall wagon weighs 93 grams and the coil wagon comes in at 84 grams. So these two wagons from Roco I think are actually pretty good. I do like modern image looking stuff, and these two wagons are very common on railways around Europe these days, so you could pretty much run them on any layout. Although I guess autos would be more for a Swiss layout than anything because of the logo. However, you can get that wagon in different liveries, so you know, if you like it you could just go for one that's maybe a bit more generic that would just go anywhere in Europe. Obviously with the red, they're both very bright and eye-catching, and it's very indicative of modern day block trains to have quite a few of these together. I think they've got an acceptable level of detail, they look as though they would run really well too, and that's pretty much everything you could ask for of a model railway wagon. When it comes to price, well, both of these cost £15 in the second-hand market, and I think I probably paid a little bit too much for these, possibly, but I've certainly got no complaints on these. The fit of these models is pretty good, and the finish is absolutely superb. The printing is top-notch, so I would recommend Roco's modern image wagons, certainly these ones. Maybe not the autos unless you've got a Swiss layout, but you can get a generic one of those, and I think it would do great. The coil wagon I think is really good, especially the tarpaulin. So it's a thumbs up from me, but what do you think about these wagons? Let me know in the comments below. Love to know your thoughts. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up because it really helps this channel, and thanks for doing that. I'll put these on the turntable so you can see all the way around. And that's it for this one. Thanks for checking out these wagons with me, and I'll see you on the next one.
So model trains, model worlds, choo choo, model trains, tiny in tiny worlds, choo choo, model trains, model worlds, choo choo, model trains, tiny in tiny worlds, choo choo.